True toxic manipulation hides in plain sight, blending into the background of everyday life. It operates invisibly, dissolving the clarity of your surroundings. This process mirrors a slow-moving coup. Rather than a sudden strike, you are coerced into surrendering tiny, seemingly insignificant pieces of your identity and your boundaries until your autonomy is gone. The psychological architects behind this covert operation generally fall into a specific grouping known as the dark triad. This triad includes the narcissist, driven by ego and grandiosity, and the psychopath, who acts impulsively and lacks empathy or remorse. The third node is the Machiavellian, an individual focused on strategic, immoral exploitation. In professional and personal environments, these three distinct profiles frequently overlap, creating a single, high-stakes toxic threat. These predators methodically select targets with high empathy, deep trust, and a natural tendency toward agreement. They look for individuals whose first instinct is to find the best in everyone they meet. If you find yourself consistently drained, confused, or questioning your own sanity around a specific person, your body is likely reacting to a methodical psychological operation. Every psychological takeover begins with phase 1, the hook. The manipulator creates a highly positive initial connection, engineered to lower your natural defenses. In romantic contexts, this appears as love bombing. The predator studies your specific fantasies and mirrors them back to you, manufacturing the illusion of an instant soulmate bond. In the workplace or in friendships, they use unprompted favors and excessive flattery to establish a foothold in your daily life. As the scale in this diagram shows, when someone gives us something unearned, human biology triggers an immediate pressure to reciprocate. A manipulator weaponizes this rule of reciprocity to load you with a heavy sense of psychological debt. This intense early positivity serves one purpose. It installs the debt required to trap you before the actual abuse begins. Once the bond is secured, the mask drops. This is phase 2, the shift. The manipulator transitions from overwhelming warmth to a jarring, unpredictable coldness. They deploy intermittent positive reinforcement, alternating between praise one day and acting completely hostile or unapproachable the next. As this timeline graph shows, these emotional peaks and valleys become progressively more erratic, dragging your baseline emotional state downward. This unpredictability conditions you to compulsively hunt for their approval, mirroring the cycle of a chemical addiction. To maintain this control, the manipulator must execute the next stage, isolation. They methodically sever the lines connecting you to your support network. At work, they might use a divide-and-conquer strategy to pit you against your colleagues. At home, they drop toxic insinuations to drive a wedge between you and your family. Isolation functions as a perimeter defense. By severing your ties to the outside world, the manipulator ensures there are no objective voices left to identify the abuse or offer a way out. With the target isolated, the process enters phase 3, the control. Now, the manipulator deploys their heavy psychological artillery to dominate your reality. They rely on the manipulation of facts, confidently denying past conversations or events to make you doubt your own memory. Any attempt to assert a boundary is met with punitive measures, such as the silent treatment or relentless nagging, designed to wear you down until you comply. By aggressively playing the victim whenever they are challenged, the manipulator creates a feedback loop where you, the one being abused, are forced to apologize for their behavior. Dark triad traits serve a specific function. They are systematic extraction tools used to strip a target of power, money, or emotional stability. These behaviors are deliberate, and they cannot be altered through your affection or patience. Because the manipulator is acting by design, your only defense is absolute boundary enforcement and a commitment to your own objective reality. Listen to your biological warning system. If a relationship consistently induces exhaustion, deep guilt, or chronic confusion, those are the symptoms of covert manipulation. The manipulator's primary weapon is secrecy. The moment you can identify the timeline of the invisible coup and name the tactics used against you, that weapon is destroyed. Understanding this playbook provides the clarity required to stop apologizing and start reclaiming your life. Seeing the tactics is the first step toward walking away.